Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Warzone video. Today we have quite a few interesting topics. First things first, the zombies have moved to the dam in Verdansk today, but the zombies are now at 100%, which makes absolutely no sense at all because the zombies have just been moving from one location to one location. They've not been spreading across the map like we all thought they would. This event has been really underwhelming as nothing has even happened, and it doesn't make any sense for them to be now at 100% when the outbreak has not actually spread at all. But here is the really interesting thing. So in Battle Royale, there are two new radiation zones on the map, and you see that there is a nuclear symbol going over them at Shipwreck and also the prison. There's a bunch of radiation, and if you are playing solo and you die in the radiation, you just die and you don't go to the gulag, you are out for good. If you are the last one alive in a team, you also will not turn into a zombie and you will not have a gulag and the game will just instantly end. Whereas if you are within a multiplayer game, if you die you will respawn back in as a zombie, similar to the Zombies Royale playlist that we had a while ago. Yes, that is right, and this doesn't really make any sense because for some weird reason the radiation is actually turning us into zombies and we are about to nuke Verdansk, obviously. So if we are going to be nuking Verdansk to get rid of the zombies, won't that just cause more zombies and it won't actually get rid of them? And if this is the case, won't this have massive storyline implications for the Modern Warfare sequel, Modern Warfare 2 in 2022? I'm really expecting a zombies mode in Modern Warfare 2 because they have been added into Warzone, and I'm wondering if it's going to have some crossover to the next campaign as well. So since recording this video, the radiation zone has now spread to the hospital as well. So that's another spot where there will be radiation. So yes, it does seem like the radiation is going to spread over the following week leading up to the Nuke event, and it's going to go from location to location of where all of the previous zombie locations were. So I'm guessing that by the time that the Nuke event goes off, the entire map is going to be cluttered with radiation as part of this plague event. And I'm guessing during this plague event, we're actually probably going to play as zombies due to being exposed by the radiation. And by the way, the final circle can actually land in the radiation zone, making it very hard to stay alive. And as this outbreak spreads more and more over the coming days, there's going to be a much higher chance of the final circle landing on the radiation zone. But yeah, this is only going to last for a week, so it's not really too much of an issue. It doesn't really disrupt the games too much. Well, it does right now, but I'm just saying that it's only going to last a week, so it's not really that big of a deal. We do know that Zombies Royale is returning to the game, but it's going to be on Rebirth Island at night time. We don't know when this mode is going to be introduced, but that should be something that we're going to see in the future. So I guess the zombies have not just spread across Verdansk, but they're also going to be heading to Rebirth Island. I'm excited to see Zombies Royale return because it was a lot of fun within the Zombies Royale events. We have received a new protocol as well, and this one is pretty interesting. It says, Verdansk contaminated, standby for orders. Attention all surviving Verdansk operators. Given current models and around transmissions, please be aware of the following. A major contagion warning has been issued for the Gora Dam following the movement of hostile forces from the area's southwest. It is believed that all mutations of the current threats may be present in this area. Consider these threats extremely dangerous. Current postulations point to the origin of these threats. It is believed that the hostiles we are attempting to contain were possibly crew members of the ghost ship Verdansk, as well as research personnel from the ship's originating point. Redacted, codenamed Rebirth Island. It is further hypothesized that cargo contained within the hold of the ship contained the current contaminants. So they are referring to it as the ghost ship, and I do think that most likely the Verdansk ship went through a dark ether anomaly, and that is the reason as to why it was lost at sea for 37 years and randomly turned up. But yeah, this is just more hint as that we are going to be seeing zombies at Rebirth Island. It says, the current conclusion is that the Verdansk, a cargo tanker last sighted as leaving port redacted, released this chemical containment once thought to be completely eradicated from the earth due to its synthetic nature, back into the greater ecosystem. This explains the presence of yellow access cards found on uniforms of hostile forces. During Operation Rapid Sunder, our most elite operators found similar access cards throughout Verdansk previously held by those who were given access to restricted areas around the conurbation and its adjacent vicinity within the Arklov Peak mountain range. Similarly, these yellow access cards appear to be tied to another restricted area within Verdansk, along with being able to open emergency stashes of equipment to be used in case of biohazardous crisis. The containment percentage was and is currently still accurate. These hostile forces have left contamination traces across every area they invaded. We have yet to uncover studies on the material's half-life due to the rapid escalation of non-standard hostiles, and therefore cannot provide full guidance on the exact impact of these traces of even on the most trained and highly prepared operators. Therefore, our guidance remains steadfast. Threats, human or otherwise, should be neutralized on site. Containment areas should be avoided by operators who do not have personnel protection equipment such as specialized gas masks, though such devices may be found within these containment zones, likely belonging to previously fallen operators. Secure these masks at your own risk. Above all else, the objective for Operation Rapid Sunder has not changed. Survive at all costs, stand by for further emergency orders. But the interesting thing about this transmission is it says, from Field Operator Redacted, pull everyone out now, this is a fool's errand. Notes from Redacted, critical safety measures are being put into place. Do not share with the general public. From Field Operator Redacted, what the hell does that mean? So who is this operator communicating? So I'm guessing that this secret operator is most likely Soap. So he's probably going to be returning to the game very soon in time for this Nuke event. Probably with Season 3 or maybe even next week. And we'll be able to purchase him as a bundle within the store. People have been waiting for Soap to come to the game for a very long time. A lot of people are going to be very happy about that. But yeah, we are about to nuke the map, so they're pulling everyone out to get to safety, as we will be exfilling the map before the nuke goes off. So what do you think is the biohazardous material that is creating the zombies that is on the ship? Because obviously Ethereum is what creates the zombies within the Cold War zombie storyline. So is it Ethereum? Because this sounds like something different to Ethereum, something that is radioactive. So I think it might be something different. Maybe we're going to find out in the future Cold War zombie storyline, because we know that obviously everything happening in Modern Warfare is tied into the Cold War storyline. So I'm really interested to see how everything connects, because it seems like everything happening in Verdansk seems to be almost completely separate, but we know that it isn't because they've had prior intel in the game that talks about uncovering the Requiem documents and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if at the end of the Cold War zombie storyline, some of it might actually set up the stage for the future Modern Warfare storyline with Warzone and probably a zombies mode that we might see. It really does seem like they are setting up the stage to see zombies in the next Modern Warfare, which I'm all for, because Spec Ops really wasn't that great in Modern Warfare, and I would like to see zombies return, although I do think that we need breaks every now and again from zombies so it doesn't become too repetitive and oversaturated, but hopefully they do a distinctively different take on zombies than Treyarch do. Still have it somewhat familiar, but somewhat different at the same time. But just don't make it lackluster like Infinite Warfare and World War II zombies ended up being, even though they did some things right. By the end of each DLC season, they were very lackluster. I mean, Infinite Warfare did some great things with the super Easter egg and stuff like that, but the latter maps were just really struggling, and a lot of people just left the franchise at that point. The next thing I want to mention is, as you guys know, we did get this little teaser trailer for the Nuke event in which they stated that it will be happening on the 21st of April at 12 PM Pacific time, which is 8 PM UK time. So a lot of people were expecting Verdansk to be nuked in time for the release of Black Ops Cold War Season 3 on the 22nd of April. Well, according to VGC sources, we have this all wrong, and on the 21st it's just going to be a bunch of puzzles and stuff like that in Verdansk, and it isn't actually going to be the conclusion for the event. Apparently, the conclusion for the event is actually going to be on the 22nd of April, which is the release date of Season 3. And if that is the case, a lot of people are going to be quite annoyed, because why are they having the Nuke event exactly when Season 3 releases, when everyone is going to be wanting to play the new Black Ops Cold War content, especially because they are adding the main Easter egg to Outbreak in Zombies. So are we now going to have to choose whether we do the Outbreak Easter egg or we participate in the Nuke event? Because if so, that is going to be so frustrating. As you guys know from the files of the game, the Nuke event is apparently going to be in two parts. So the first part of the event is going to be some sort of plague event, and we're going to exfil the map as we nuke Verdansk. And after you complete the first part of the event, you will be granted with a reward that we believe to be a calling card, an animated one showing Verdansk destroyed and on fire. And there's apparently going to be then a second part to the event, and there's going to be a playlist called the end. And for this second part of the Nuke event, it's apparently going to be set 15 minutes after the destruction of Verdansk. And apparently there is another calling card that shows milk boxes of Verdansk saying Adler missing. And that's what you get for the second part of the event. So is the first part of the event going to be on the 21st, and then the second part of the event is going to be on the 22nd? I'm not exactly sure, but that's something interesting to take note of. I thought that the two parts might be taking place 15 minutes apart from each other, judging off of the fact that the second part's apparently going to be 15 minutes after the destruction of Verdansk, so it might be on the nukes Verdansk. Okay, so the next thing that I want to bring up is that the Sykov pistol has been finally added into Modern Warfare. Obviously, it's been in the files of the game for ages. You could even unlock it before, but you would only be able to use it in survival. It's finally officially been added into the game. I already have it unlocked because I unlocked it ages ago. As I was saying, you've been able to unlock it for a very long time, and it's pretty easy to unlock. All you need to do is get 4 kills using a pistol in 5 different matches of multiplayer or Warzone. So the latest playlist updates for Warzone are Plunder, Blood Money Quads has been added, as well as Rebirth Island Resurgence Duos, and they've removed Mini Royales Trios from Verdansk and also Plunder Quads. There is now a Stitch Sentinel bundle available in Black Ops Cold War as well. If you want to go ahead and purchase that, it is 2,400 Call of Duty points. I will not be purchasing that, but if you've got the money to splash and you want to, you can go ahead and purchase it. The next thing is that the Sparks Operator bundle is live in Warzone and also Modern Warfare. That's once again 2,400 Call of Duty points, and it does also come with a blueprint for the Sykov pistol, if you want to unlock it automatically. The last thing I want to say is we got the Season 2 outro cutscene for Black Ops Cold War today, which is obviously teasing Season 3. I will play it for you right now, and then I'll talk a little bit about it in a second.
It's been weeks. What's the sit rep? Rescue mission was a cluster. We got skunked hard. Adler had been there. Sons of bitches worked him real good. The Nova 6 threat, man, it was BS. A distraction to draw us in. We chased every lead. Showed them the same courtesy they showed Adler. Intel points to Verdansk.
Pack your bags. Bring our boy home.
So yeah, we were baited by Stitch into thinking that he was caring about the Nova 6, and we ended up heading to Laos, where there is obviously all of those Nova 6 canisters on the multiplayer map Apocalypse, where Adler was apparently held. Well, Adler is now in Verdansk in 1984. He was part of a brainwashing Galova program that we learned from this note on Sanatorium Night in Outbreak Zombies, but apparently this brainwashing numbers program failed, and they are now going to be focusing on Verdansk. We do actually see a map of Verdansk in this cutscene, so this is the prequel version of Verdansk that we will be seeing during the Cold War after the modern day Verdansk gets nuked. And then we go to the past, and we can't really make out much from this map because the map looks pretty much no different to the current Verdansk we have. I think it's because the clouds are kind of hiding areas, but we see that there doesn't appear to be the stadium because it's hidden by the clouds. As you guys know, within the leaked trailer for 1980s Verdansk, the stadium was currently being built, but it's a different stadium to the one we currently have in Verdansk. But yeah, the map isn't really going to be much different to the Verdansk we currently have. It's just going to change up some of the points of interest, which is going to be disappointing because everyone was expecting the Ural Mountains map, which has apparently been cancelled. And at the end of this cutscene, when they fly away in the choppers, I believe this is actually the exact spot from the Fractured Jaw campaign mission by Firebase Ripcord. That is also right by the village that is the spawn on Firebase Z. Just an interesting thing to make note of. Obviously, Laos is pretty close to Vietnam, so I'm guessing they just flew away from Laos through Vietnam, and they are now going to be heading to Verdansk. And the cutscene does feature Hudson, who is the announcer voice in Black Ops Cold War, so he might be an operator coming in Season 3. Maybe he's going to be an operator and the announcer, or maybe he's just featured in this cutscene and he won't end up being an operator, but it would be nice to see him as an operator since he is a fan favourite. Also, let me know in the comment section down below, do you think that Adler is dead, or do you think we're going to successfully rescue him from Verdansk? I am interested to see how all of this ties in, and the overarching storyline as to how Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War connects via Verdansk and Warzone. Treyarch have released their full patch notes for their latest updates that I will leave a link to down in this video's description, but the biggest update is the ability for custom mods that allow you to save up to 10 gunsmith blueprints. Unfortunately, you won't be able to apply these in Zombies just yet, so hopefully that's a feature that does come soon. But at the end of the blog post they did say, get ready for next week's explosive launch of Season 3, obviously teasing at this upcoming Nuke event. Anyways, that's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.